Okay, we get it. You found out that your husband was sexually abusing your daughter. You reported it. He went to prison. All right, why are you still talking about it? Let me tell you why I'm still talking about it. A few weeks ago, I got a message on the other app, and it was someone who said, "Hey, I have a really important question to ask you. You don't know me, but can I get some help?" And I said, "Okay, sure. I'd love to help however I can." And she began to explain how she really loves her partner. He's a really great dad to her 3-year-old, and she really doesn't have any complaints about him as a person, right? As a father and as a person and all of that, as a partner. But she recently discovered that he had a specific affinity for incest porn, specifically father-daughter porn. And she said, I had this feeling, this pit in my stomach because I can't explain it away. And, she said she confronted him and he, was like, oh, it's just fantasy and it's nothing. I would never do that. Of course, it's just, whatever. It's just a kink. Now, before anyone gets on me about kink shaming and all that, let me explain something to you. This isn't about kink shaming. It's not even about shaming someone who finds that, who finds that to be a turn on, right? What it is doing is saying you're responsible for what you feed your brain, and someone who's feeding their brain that kind of pornography, that kind of message, that kind of reinforcement over and over and over again when they complete to that, they are rewiring their brain. So I explained to her, I said, I'm like, I don't want to ruin your relationship or anything, but that doesn't sound safe. If that's something that he regularly engages in, it doesn't mean he's a creep. It does mean that he is allowing his brain to be reprogrammed in ways that could make him a danger later. Then she went on to ask me, okay, did your former husband ever do this or that? And a lot of the things that she asked me about matched up exactly. And I told you before that my former husband was not somebody that anybody would suspect of abusing a child, let alone sexually abusing their own child. But she started to, as she asked me questions, and she said, I went through your videos and I've seen a lot of similarities, like the cycles of self-loathing and self-hatred and anger and the ways that he would feel like he was just never enough and like he'd kind of withdraw when he felt that way. And even down to things like how he would be kind of passive when it came to, initiating fun time. This is, again, a sign of someone that is not healthy. Okay? So we talked for a while, and she was like, okay, I think I know what I need to do. Even though he's a great guy, I don't think he's safe. I think I know now I need to leave. Do you understand how powerful that is? That is why I make these videos. That is why I keep talking about this. People say, why are you talking about this online? That should be private. Keep it to yourself. No. I will not keep it to myself. Because when I was in that position, I couldn't find anything to go on. She said, I really needed to find your videos because if you just Google the signs of someone who would abuse a child, you don't find these kinds of explanations. You find the classic pedophile, like sinister planning kind of abuser, and there are very different kinds of abusers and very different kinds who are a danger. So when we say, why are we building this community and why am I telling you about this part of my life? Why does my daughter tell you about this part of her life? It is because people need to hear that this happens even with people who seem normal. That's why we tell our story.